Very good morning to everybody, guys. Welcome to the channel today. So we're going to be live in the cockpit. We're going to be flying from Lyon to Naples. And all I've got to do, if you give me a second, I've got to just change the thing. 1 second, guys. I've just got to change the screen for the stream because I haven't done this in so long. Let's see if we can move this. How do I get this bigger? There we go. Right. There we go. Let's get this a little bit bigger. So, is that alright? About that. Hold up. Let's sort this out. There we go. That should be better. How's everybody doing, guys? Hope everybody's well. Haven't streamed in such a while. It's been a long time. So now we can get into it. There we go. Okay, hope everybody's well. We're going to be going to Naples from Lyon. We're going to be taking the TUI fly, the 737-800 ZiBo, and should be a nice flight out. Not too much. About an hour and 26 flight time. About an hour and 50 on block. So what we can do is get into the cockpit and start it up. So, pretty dark cockpit, as you can see. So we can go over and get our battery on, which it already is, and we've got our ground power on with our standby power. Go ahead and light up the overhead. We can turn our emergencies to arm. We can put our chimes on. At the moment, I can't see anybody's messages at the moment, guys, as I'm using the charts as well from my phone to get all the data up. So I will look at that once we get into the taxi. So we've got all of that. Now let's go ahead and put the APU on. Put the first pump. Once we've done that, what we can do is we can light up the overhead. Put the IRS to nav. We can test the window heat as well. So we can turn that on. Put our probes on. And put the trim air with the packs. And then when the APU comes, we'll smack the APU bleed on. And we'll put our electrics on. So whilst we wait for that, we'll go into the FMC. We'll light up our main panel and our backgrounds so we can get the cockpit nice and lit up. So let's go over. Go into the ASUS now, where we can go and get the weather and everything for the airport. So let's just do the IRS and then we'll go in and sort that. So let's hit our index position. So we're going from Lima Foxtrot, Lima Lima. We'll shove that in there. There we go, that's all good. Now we can go into our route. As I said, we'll get the ASUS up first. So we're going from Lima Foxtrot, Lima Lima. There we go. We'll send that off. And then we'll go in and get our route sorted. So Lima Foxtrot, Lima Lima. And we're going to be going to Lima, India, November. Lima, India, Romeo, November. There we go. For our departure, we're going to be taking runway 35 left, and we're going to be going for the Roman 8 November. Once we've done that, we'll go into our routes. Now let's just get the flight plan for the day. Okay, so after we get to Roman, we're going to take the Uniform Tango 43, which is going to take us to Bepa, and then we'll take the Uniform Mike 728. And then from there we're going to go to Docker. So Docker. And then from Docker we're going to Senev. And then from Senev we're going to Papa November Zulu. and then from there we're going to our arrival, and we're going to take the Papa November Zulu 1 Charlie, if it's there. There we go. And we're going to be using the we'll take the whiskey, and that should be for 2.4, and then we'll transition at gas for, which should be alright. We'll activate that, go into our perf. We've got a reserve of 1, just put that, and we've got a cost of 52. Going for 350. Activate that. Go over onto our overhead. Put the 350 in. There we go. And for our elevation, it's 223. So what we can do is I'll leave that at 200. Back into the FMC. We'll go into our N1 limit. Just take full as usual and turn that back on. Do flaps 5. So we've got 135, 137 on the rotate, and a 147 for V2. So we'll go ahead and shove that in. 147. $350. Let's go in and see our ATIS. Okay, so the QNH is 1022, 320 Okay, so let's just go on to our takeoff. So 320 13. Yep, we'll verify that, but nothing's changed. Go back into our ATIS, and it was 1022. Okay, so we'll do that now. And we'll do it on the first officer's side as well. 1022, which is all set. Okay, so we'll move over now. We'll put our APU gen on. Twist over onto the APU gen. What I'm going to do now is get the aircraft all set. So we turn our packs off, and we can call the tug.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Okay, tow's driving up. So we'll put our auto brake to RTO, and let's check for any discontinuities. No, everything seems alright. So we're just waiting for him to come now, and then we'll shoot off and get out. How's everybody doing today? Now I can see some of the comments here. Fly you too. How you doing, my man Joseph, Alex, Jake, Epic ET, Peak Gamer,
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
MF,
Ready to connect.
Reshade, doing my bros. So we're just waiting for the tug to connect us up, and then we'll get out of here. Yeah, I'm not too good, bad. Epic ET, how are you? Fly E2, good stuff, my man. And that's great, Jake, setting up the 737. So when he gets a move on and lifts us up, as he's doing, then we can get out of here. Yeah, the Airbuses are quite nice, Alex. Yeah, I do agree. They are nice.
Connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay, so let's release our parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Okay, so we'll start the engines. We'll go with engine number 2. I didn't shut the doors and that, but they'll do that automatically. Okay, so engine number 2 now coming on. How's it going, Latora? Thanks, mate. I'll catch you later. Okay, so let's lift number 2 in. How's it going, FS? Hope you're well, my man. Yeah, if you do it like how I said to you in the Discord, you'll find things a lot more easier. I mean, I've got to update the RAM, so you know we could get a crash today. You never know, but we'll find out. So there's number 2. Come on, let's go ahead and do number 1 now. And we'll put on the middle pumps as well. Hey, how's it going, Lee? Hope you're well, bro. Dylan, how's it going, mate? Hope everybody's well today. Just pushing back now, ready for us to taxi out on Tango and depart runway 35 left. The engine 1's starting. You want to see, yeah? Okay. Wow, check that out. Oh god, let's turn that off. Let's get the ground services going. Let's retract the stairs. There we go. Alright. You want to see engine number 1 start up, do you? Yeah? Okay. So, here we go.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Well, I'll tell you in just a sec, George, how many frames we're getting. I'll just show you on the AVI tab. On there, currently 54, 55 in Nice. Alright, parking brake is set, so let's go over. Switch over now, put the DCs to Gen 1, turn our packs back on. Turn the isolation valve to auto, the APU bleed can go off. The APU can go off. Put our strobes to steady and put our logo just for the fun and get the taxi on. It's a bit windy coming out of here today, but I'm using the real-time weather, so it's not too bad down in Naples. The reshade, now which button was it? The reshade's on here somewhere. There's my reshades. They're the only ones that I use for the sim, as you can see. So take note of them.
Disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time on other side flight.
See you soon. Bye bye. Okay, so now it's time to start the flight up. So we're going to our wing view. We'll go our flaps 5 setting. We're not too heavy today. We're about all in all total weight's about 65 tons, something like that. Okay, so we're ready to go. Let's move the throttles, everything over, so I can start to steer. Okay, so we can do our system check and everything. Let's get out onto the taxiway now, not waste any more time. So we're going to turn right, and then we're going to line up for 35 left. We've got our auto throttle on, and our flight directors as well, before I forget them. There we go. Okay, so let's release the brakes and start to taxi out. I won't forget about the Tollis PC. So we're going to turn it right here. And then once we turn a right, we'll be on the Tango. Then we'll run that down to the end. It's just a short little run. Okay, so as we come out, I'll just then follow it down to Alpha 7 hold. Which, if we have a look on the outside view, it is right there. There's our Alpha 7. Okay. So we're taxiing on down. Got the autopilot on and set the altitude 36,000 feet, but we're descending. Have you hit the level change, Jake? Have you got the vertical speed set to plus or minus instead of going up? I like the 737, the A319, I like that as well. With the Airbus, there's it's a lot more relaxing with the Airbus. You can, the FMC, the computers on board, you know, they kind of do everything. The different things is obviously in the Zibo, your weights calculate. You know, they're both nice aircrafts. With the 737, there's a bit more manual work to it. You know, you've got to manually put your barrows in, your ILS frequencies. You know, everything's all got to be put in manually. Okay, so here we are at our hold, just coming round. Now we'll see if we get the LNAV to turn on as well when we get onto the runway. Okay, let's turn them on. And we can also put our panels on as well. Okay, coming down now, what we can do is we can put our landing lights on, our runway turn-offs, strobes can go on, and our wing and wheel well. Save us doing that later.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Okay, so cabin's ready. Turn onto the runway now. Hey, FS the Airbus, yeah. Okay, so we're on runway 35 left now, ready to depart. We'll stop the aircraft, just briefly. Okay, so we'll just stop her here. So we'll look, see if we can get our LNAV on today. Yeah, so that's all good, we're all set to go. Cabin's all done, they've told us they're ready, tell them we're coming. So let's go ahead and start the clock, and I'll leave the mouse there for Toga. So release the brake, power up to 40%, and Toga. Little bit of wind. Airspeed alive.
80 knots.
Check.
V1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up. Okay, so let's just follow the flight director.
400.
Check. Okay, just coming straight out the airport now.
10,000.
Check. Go ahead and turn our auto brakes off. We don't need them now. Okay, so let's just follow around. Nose down a little, stay with the flight director now so we can pick up some speed. Okay, so we go flaps 1. And flaps up. Okay, so let's just zoom out. So we're going to basically turn around by the looks of it. Make a U-turn back round to us. Make sure we don't overspeed. There we go, just lift her up a little. There you go, that'll kill the speed off. Now we can come back down. There we go. Okay. So, just approaching 5,000 now. We're going to make that left turn around, and then we'll switch the altimeters back to standard. Okay. Just a little more overspeed. It's because we're a little light today. There we go. So, we'll switch the QNHs over. There we go. Okay, just following her out. Yeah, it is a rocket. Trust me. Because we're not really that heavy today, the engines are giving it like full whack. So we've got to keep making adjustments to hold that flight director at 250. And once we hit the autopilot, and we'll let us sit down and do the work for us. But we'll fly her manually out. So staying in with that right turn now. Okay, so now we'll move up to our climb speed. Over 10,000 now. Don't know where the FMC's trying to take us. This is fun. Let's have a look. So we want to go to Roman. Where we want to go. Oh, let's have a look. There we go. Okay. Okay, so let's turn the autopilot on so I can turn the landing lights off. There we go. So now we'll turn the landing lights off, turn our runway turn-offs off, taxis can go off, and our wheel well. And there we go, guys. Now the aircraft's all ready to take us over. My joystick setting, George, what do you mean? What buttons I use for my joystick, because I've got throttles as well. So I'm using a throttle quadrant and the joystick. Yeah, I'm using OBS Streamlabs at the moment, Dylan. So just passing through 12,000 feet now, on our way for flight level 350. Flight's around about an hour's flight, so you know, if anyone wants to come back, actually I'll tell you when. We are going to start our descent at 8:25 Zulu, 460 miles away, so As you can see, it's 7:30, 8:25, just around about an hour. About an hour's fly in the air. So if anyone wants to come back in around an hour's time for the landing, we'll be all set up ready to get the aircraft configured for our approach down for runway 24. So now we're just passing through 17,000 feet. Landing lights are up, everything's all set and stable. Already at our climb speed for our cruise. So sit back and relax, guys, and I'll see you when it's time for our top of descent. So we're going to be passing over the ocean. And I did want to guess, we could have took the, on the charts, I've got a different chart as well. We've got the Papa November Zulu 1 Charlie that we're going to take. We could have took the Tino 1 Charlie, which basically would have taken us across a bit of land with the orthos. So, you know, we'll see what happens. At the moment we're on the PNZ1 Charlie. We'll see if we decide to change it, but the aircraft's set up alright. You know, it'll come down nice. Once we get to Pomigliano, we'll then basically backtrack around, because we're going to go to transition at Gazvo. So once we get to the Pomigliano, just over the airport, we'll then turn a left to Gazvo, or Gasfa, and then swing a U-turn back round. So we should hit the localizer and turn in and make a right turn. How's it going, Bristol? At the moment, the one thing I like with P3D is I like that it has the marshals that walk, and you know, the aircraft's textures are really nice outside. With Xplane, I like Xplane as you know, it's quite a lot of free scenery, etc. But the one thing that Xplane does lack is it lacks this pay-where airliners. That's one thing that it does lack. So just passing 22,000 feet now, as we are making our way. And what we can do as well, as soon as we are here, we can go ahead and have a look at our route, so you guys can see where we're going. Right, so let's put that into plan. And there is Bepa, which is at our top of climb. And then we'll come around to Retno, Colon, and then keep coming down until we get to the start of our star, which is here. And then we'll start making our way right around. And as you can see, once we get to the Pomigliano, we're then going to basically turn a left to Gazva, like I just said, and then we'll make that right turn to backtrack, and then we'll enter that right turn onto the ILS when we intercept the localizer. So all of that will be done, and on the charts we're going to come in at about 7,000 once we get to the Parmigiano point. So just double check that. And on our arrival, we're taking the whiskey, which is the ILS Whiskey 24. Okay, so on the whiskey we'll intercept at 3,700, which will be right here, and the 2450, which is right there. So that's the route. Swing a left, swing a right, and then intercept right here as we come down, and then we'll intercept it literally at 3,700. So that's the plan. Put our map back on. Okay. Hope everybody's enjoying themselves today. Flying from Gatwick to Innsbruck, P-Gamer. That'll be a lovely arrival into the lovely Austria. Have a safe flight, and don't forget to battle row. Oh, FS, yeah, the sim crashing. Oh god, yeah, tell me about it, mate. You know, I had these problems when I first started the doing the streams. What was actually starting to happen was because of the RAM. You know, I got 16 gigabyte of RAM, but with the settings and everything, and then you shove the stream on top of that, you know, it runs out. So yeah, as long as everything does, that's why I just record and edit and get nice views. I can edit out the bits like cruising where we're not doing nothing, and you know, things can just be done a little bit more nicer. There are parts in this flight that haven't got orthos. It's only the bottom part near Naples and Rome, going all the way up just past near Venice. So I made that left turn now. How's it going, Eurus? 020 at 6 knots, that's fine. Smoothie, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I do like the 737 as well, not gonna lie. Let's have a look out here, see what we got. I like the A319, it's a nice aircraft. It's just something different to fly when you're always flying with the Zibo. You don't really have much options to really go by when you're flying it every day, so to switch over into the Airbus is quite nice. Oh, that's well cool, Smoothie. Your uncle flies the Airbus A380 for Qatar, yeah? But that's wicked. That's the big boys right there. Yeah, with the turbulence in Xplane, don't put thunderstorm on, because as soon as you rock into bad stormy weather, you're probably gonna get flipped upside down. And turbulence is very sensitive as well on the sim. You only need to move the turbulence from like none to literally as soon as it moves to mild or whatever it is. As soon as it moves to that, that's when you literally just move it a fraction. If you move it too far, your wings are going to be looking like they're going to be snapping, and the cockpit, well, you wouldn't leave a drink on the table, would you? So we're at 30,000 feet now. See the turbulence kicking in a bit now. There's our top of climb. And the top of descent is quite close in. But shall we trust the top of descent today? That's the question. What I'll do before we get anywhere near our top of descent, I'll have a look and see whereabouts the top of descent is, and we'll calculate the descent rate and see if it adds up. How's it going, Jacob? Here are my Reshade settings. I'm only using the curves, the FXAA, the HDR, levels, clarity, level plus, and Luma sharpen. And then, as I was saying to other people that wanted to know as well, if we move that up, here are all your individual settings for every single one. So if I click clarity, there will be my clarity when I turn it on. So you can see the difference when you turn some off to some on. Hope that helps for you, mate. So I've hit a little bit of turbulence now. No, we wouldn't fly in a storm anyway, mate. Sometimes we might do it just for a laugh, but I'd make sure that the weather isn't too bad. Not really looking to flip upside down. My man, you're in the live stream, Smoothie. What more of a shout out could you need? Hope everybody's enjoying their weekend. As they couldn't really be bothered to do a lot of editing today. And I haven't streamed in such a long time. I thought, well, why not? Oh yeah, definitely the seatbelt sign. Yeah, we got them on now. You know what? We'll tell them to chill out for a bit. As soon as it's not. Actually, yeah, no, we better put that back on. Someone will probably try sue. Oh, they're now telling us that we've got the seatbelts on now. Okay, just hit our top of climb. 1,000 to go. I don't think I've got any autos in this part. I don't think. The wings are a little excited today. Yeah, no, there's no autos in this part. So we're going to take out over the ocean. As far as I could see. We've only been in the air 18 minutes. Wow, feels like I've been up here a lot longer. So what we can do actually is we'll change our heading to 122. Okay, so here we are. We're landing in Naples, Smoothie. We're coming down on the ILS for runway 24. We're taking the, let me just tell you, hold on mate. So we're taking the Papa November Zulu 1 Charlie in, but because we're taking the ILS Whiskey for runway 24 for the approach, we are going to go to Pomigliano and then we're going to transition off at Gatso or Gatsva. So we'll turn a left and then basically do a right turn to then make the last right back down on the runway. So should be pretty eventful. Should be nice. And yeah, I'm definitely British, mate. Definitely. In London now as we speak. So this is all that's going to be happening, and this is why I don't really stream too much. It's nice to actually interact with all of you guys right at the same time. But I do short haul flights. I don't do long haul. I don't really want to sit here for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours when I'm going to be doing exactly the same things on a short haul with a much shorter time scale, and procedure wise we're going to be kept a bit active. Right now I'm just sitting there watching the screen just like you guys are. Tomorrow we should we'll have another flight out. Not sure where we're going to go yet, as the flights are always made on the day. So when I wake up, check the weather, see where everything's flowing, and then plan it from there. How's it going, Stephen? Hope you're well, mate. I can't say that I have Smoothie. I haven't played Velocity Flight Simulator on Roblox or FlightLine. Used to play FS 2002, FS 2004. Even had a little go at FS 98, and that was like 16 18 years ago when I first got my hands on a simulator. Didn't have no joystick, no nothing. It was just keyboard, and now I've got everything I need. You know, so let's just enjoy the flight and sit back and relax. That'd be a good idea, P Gamer. Yeah, release a video about Ton Contin. That'd be quite informational for your viewers. As long as we don't get a crash today from the RAM, then we should be perfect to come in. It only happens with the stream as the memory and everything, as it needs an upgrade, but get that sorted at a later date. You know, right now you see what I do. I'm more focused on editing and you know, just bringing the best bits to the video. I'll stream maybe once a week, every Saturday. So if we do decide to do that, make sure you tune in Saturday mornings, as that'll be our live stream and our Friday night flight. We'll always try and do something a little bit different. Like yesterday, we went to Canada, and we went to Toronto City Airport, landed it down on that little short runway. If you didn't see it, go check it out. So right now, let's have a look into the FMC. 24 miles from Colin. And then we've got a long way to go. But as soon as we get to Papa November Zulu, now this thing wants us to come down like the clappers. But what we'll do is we'll just descend. We'll descend a little earlier, as we're now ready to leave. I use Vegas 16 smoothie. Yeah, I do have a job as well, George. Currently do like online trading, etc. with the forexes. Yeah, Vegas 16 smoothie for the editing. So yeah, it's alright, it's free. Download it. My age, Eurus, I'm 28 years old. This is what I do. I enjoy aviation. It's one of the things that I've always been fascinated with. So, you know, I could never leave aviation. Never. Doesn't matter what I do. I could never leave aviation. Once you got it, it's in your blood. So, just getting ready to head over the ocean now. Okay, so just heading out now to cross over the sea. Let's hope we don't lose any engines, so we can then come back round, get everything all set up. So we'll be coming down on top of the descent in about another 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to go on VATSIM, George, when I'm ready. I've got Xpilot installed. I've put the vertical offsets in as well, so the aircrafts aren't zipping through the ground. I could go on it at any moment, but, you know, at the moment, I would rather get my knowledge 100% full in the aircraft before jumping into VATSIM and then talking to the ATC controllers. So, you know, I'd say I know this aircraft pretty well. I'd say I know it well enough to be able to change things in it, but I'm not in no rush to go on VATSIM, to be quite honest with you. I'll just do it whenever. I might even do some special shared cockpit flights with it, but apart from that, you know, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? Well, safe flights, P Gamer. Hopefully you get down there safe and sound. Yep, there's going to be a lot of clouds, mate. depending what runway you're coming in for. If you're coming in for 26, you'll come round on the left, and then you'll do a U-turn back round and come straight down the valley. If it's runway 8, then you follow the valley from the opposite direction and then disconnect. A little bit of turbulence as we are now leaving. What aircraft was flight 4102 Smoothie? Yeah, there's definitely going to be a lot of clouds as you're coming down through the mountains, P-Gamer. Foggy weather as well, good luck mate. Good luck on the localizer. Oh, you're going to come down on the RNAV. So now we're going to make that trip across the ocean to go in for Naples. So sit back everyone, enjoy the flight. Let's have a look and see what the weather's like in Naples right now. So Lima, India, Romeo, November. Let's go ahead and send that off. See what we've got to come. Probably would have changed by the time we get there anyway. Yeah, not too bad, 15 knot headwind, not too bad. Oh, is it really Smoothie? I didn't even know that. You know what, when I finish the stream I'm going to have a look into that as well. The old Ryanair. The left wheel when it was landing popped. And it was tilting on its side on the grass. Yeah, them pilots are skilled, even if they do hard landings sometimes. You know, they know what they're doing. We wouldn't get on a plane if they didn't, eh? So now, as we're coming to Deville, and then we've got that 160 straight out to then link us up with our start of the star. That's it, Pete Gamer. You make sure you get him down nice and safe, my friend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Yeah, I mean, I've seen a few. I'm going on a Ryanair flight actually in May. I'm going to be taking, going to take a trip to Ibiza. So, going to be using the Airbus for EasyJet, and I'm going to be using the Ryanair as well on the return trip. So, if you follow me on Insta, which is in the description, I'll share with you my flight numbers, and you guys can follow me on my way to Ibiza as well. So stable 35, we've got 42 knot wind from the left, and this is the part that I usually edit out because there's not really much to do. Let's go have a look at our 80s now. It should be ready. Let's have a look. So 1008 broken at 5,000, 290 at 8 knots. That's alright. That's fine. I think. Do you know what? I think the Sully movie is on a Netflix movie. It's got to be. I think I saw it the other day. I think it is. The A319 has power, man. Trust me. That A319 has power. When I was landing out the other day, like the throttles are getting just the minorest little adjustments. Too much. Boom, you're off. You're like a rocket. So, have a look out the window. I think that's a boat down there. Where is it? I swear I just saw a boat. There it is. Mate, it keeps disappearing. Look, it's right there. There's the boat. Right there. Yeah, I can relate, Jake. Years and years ago when I went to Jamaica, because I've been to Jamaica quite a few times, I was flying with Monarch Airlines, their 757, and we departed in the evening to come back to Gatwick. And when we took off, the pilot said obviously there's going to be a bit of turbulence, this, that and the other. He's sitting there, and didn't bother me, a little bit of turbulence. Then all of a sudden the cabin went completely eerie, not even a sound, and then bang, lightning hit the underneath the aircraft. And that aircraft felt like Takeoff, but like 4 times. I grabbed hold of them seat handles, I was like, whoa, and that didn't bother me usually, but this, it was a shocker. And that's the only time I was ever like, whoa, but it was alright. They come out the cockpit after, you know, they didn't seem too phased about it. But yeah, that's one flight I won't ever forget. It was just quick, it was sudden. It was quite a bit of turbulence. They just went dead silent, and then bang. It was like somebody banged on a hollow door when you heard the bang from underneath. And then the plane probably raised up a couple 100 feet, God knows. But that was a crazy flight, yeah. But then back then we didn't have none of these, there wasn't really any, like, there was no terrorism about or anything back then, like them early days in the 90s. Like, I would see the one that got held up for like about 2 weeks, and they were getting them to fly them here, there and everywhere. Not sure if it was a TWA one. But airline safety is a lot more stricter than it used to be. As soon as 9/11 happened, God bless their souls, you know, everything just went all, there was a lot of fear and panic. So we're not, we shouldn't be too far away now. We're about 30 minutes out from our top of descent. The ram's been behaving itself so far. Don't want to jinx it, but it's been behaving itself, so we should be able to get in for our arrival. 827's our top of descent, so there we go. 827, over 29, about 30 minutes just under. Yep, Flyby as well. Flyby's gone down the pan as well into administration. How's it going, Golden Gamer? I hope you're well, my man. Yeah, smoothie it was. Yeah. Literally. That was a crazy night, man. That was crazy. And because it's in the dark as well, we're flying out at night, Yes, you look out the window, you can't see nothing because we're already over the ocean. As soon as you take off from Montego Bay, you're literally straight onto the ocean. So, you know, there's no lights or anything. So yeah, there was some ones. Took a flight to Marbella back in 2016. That was quite a rocky flight with EasyJet. So it was the Airbus, it was the A319. That was pretty rocky. It was the first time I'd ever gone on holiday, and when we took off out of Luton Airport, it was all grey, raining, horrible, you know, disgusting weather. He was like, yeah, can't wait to get to Marbella. It's going to be nice and hot. You know, the humidity's going to hit you when you get out of the plane. We got up to about cruise level. Everything was nice. It was perfect. Nice blue Pacific Sea. It was beautiful. And then as soon as we come down into Spain, we got underneath them clouds, and it was just like when we left at Luton. And it rained every single day until the last day because we hit their rain season. How's it going, HD? Hope you're well, my man. Yeah, thanks for that, mate. Thanks to everybody who supports the channel as well. I really appreciate it. And this channel ain't going nowhere. You know, we try to upload every day or every other day. So this channel will always be active. So thank you to everybody that's got us to 800 subs. And we'll continue to keep rising. So thank you for supporting it. And let's climb that ladder. Hello, Yoda Aviation. How you doing, my man? Hope you're well. Yeah, that was good as well. Golden gave me the SpaceX launch. I didn't see it when it was happening, but I had a look at it. You know what's smooth? It wasn't even like lightning hit the wing. It must have hit it from at least underneath the plane, because as soon as the plane got hit with lightning, it was a solid boom, like a hollow thudder, like somebody banged on like a hollow door. And as soon as that happened, the plane just lifted. I was like, whoa. Held on to them armrests. I was like, Jesus. Yeah, that's the goal, mate. That's the goal, HD, to get to 1,000. You know, and try my best. You know, I'm doing great, Yoda. Not too bad, my man. I'm glad you're well. Hope you're enjoying your weekend. Just at 35,000 feet, 266. A little bit of turbulence. We put the seatbelts back on, so cabin crew told them to get back in their seats before anything erratic happens. So we've got 3005 or 3007 on the approach. 3007 for the Whiskey ILS 24. That's fine. So I'll reset the MCP altitude as soon as we get closer. You know, we're still quite far away. We're over like 180 miles away. Yeah, you woke up on your desk, Yoda. What 2,500 feet localizer capture you on about, P Gamer? For your Innsbruck. Do you know what, Smoothie? I wasn't even looking at anybody when it happened. I can specifically remember when that went boom. I literally looked down at my hands and I grabbed hold of them armrests and I squeezed them. I wasn't letting go of them. That is the first thing I did. I looked straight down in between my lap and was literally looking at holding onto them armrests. I was like, rah. Oh really? Where did you fly from, Yoda? See, if I did a long haul flight like that, I think I'd wake up and I don't think Xplane would be on anymore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our legs, because I want to calculate where our top of descent's going to start, and I want to see if it's going to actually get us down there on time for where we want to end up. So let's go back into our step. Right, there's our step. We'll go into our legs to get the step back up. Okay, and then we'll go back down, which is fine. And there's our missed approach. So as we come down, I want to get to our top of descent. There's the end of descent. I don't know why it keeps doing that for. Right, so there's Biza, there's Docker, there's Sumev, and there's the start. Now what I want to know is, where's our top of descent gone? That's what I would like to know. There's our top of descent, and that is sitting right on our arrival. So we'll go to Pisa, the Papa Zulu Romeo. There it is. There's that, and there's that. So from there, it's going to be 44 miles plus 27, so 60, 71, 82, 86, 8, 89.1. We come round there, so let's call it about 95 miles from there to our top of descent. So what I'm going to do is let's go and calculate our top of descent. Make sure that the VNAV is on profile. Right, so we're at 350. And now if I just get a calculator up, so our distance we'll say is around 95 miles. Our initial cruise is 35,000. Our speed when we start descending, we're going to descend down 240. Okay, so that'll be our descent speed, 240. Target altitude is 3,700. Okay, so yeah, we're going to descend a little. We'll descend a little bit more sooner. Say we're going to come down on a 1,900 foot descent on the profile. So we'll wait until. What we'll do to slow that down is we'll just come down a little bit slower, which will slow our rate of descent. Yeah, I've actually seen that smoothie. I've actually seen on GTA, I've seen some people do the videos of the aircrafts. They've got the actual proper like Emirates, the Airbus, the A380. Yeah, it looks sick. Are you overspeeding, Jake? No return trip today, Eurus. This is a direct straight from Lyon to Naples. So we're not too far. We're 100 and odd miles. That's great, Gabby Gamer. Well done. You got your passengers down safely. Hopefully they gave you a round of applause. Well, if you're overspeeding, Jake, what you need to do is you need to pull back on the throttles or lower your airspeed on the auto throttle. Don't worry, my man, we'll sort it, smoothie. Once I get my bags off the aircraft, I'll head over and have a look. So currently still 35,000. I don't know if when we get closer we will get the descend now, as we didn't get it before. Sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not. but we'll slow right down. Probably slow down to about 220. Let's go and have a look on our landing. So we'll do a 138 flaps 40, and it's +5 on the wind. So, not too long to go, and then you guys can see if I can butter the approach as we're live. So if anything goes wrong, you're going to see. Hopefully it goes just as well as the flights that I edit as well. Probably jinxed it now, but we'll get down alright. So still well over 147 miles away. Our barrow for this evening for our minimum decision altitude is going to be 690. We'll go 700 for 477 decision. That's for category C and D's. Category C 690, 467. Category D is 700 and a 477. Going to intercept at 3,700 as we come round. Transition off at Gasva. Yeah, I'll take you outside for a bit of cinematics. That's what we want to see. Get ready for the roar. Turn your volume down. I know exactly what I just done. I just ruined my view. Not to worry, we'll just make a temporary one for now. Whoops. There we go. Hey, there we go. Okay, so you want to see the Luma. The Luma sharpen on the reshade. The Luma sharpen on the reshade. I'll put it up for 10 seconds and then it's going. So you'll be able to catch it on the video. There's all my Luma sharpens that I've changed just here. So they're going to be going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. You'll be able to catch that after the flight, my man. Hope they help with your simming, Jacob. So, not too long now. I'm just waiting to see if the descend now comes in. If it don't, well then it don't. But that means we'll just have to slow the aircraft down a little bit more than the path. Yeah, no worries, P Gamer. No worries, my man. Welcome back, Smoothie. Nearly near our descent, so we can get this aircraft down into Naples. So obviously we just got blue ocean in front of us. There we go, we'll leave our top of descent in view. I'm not going to bother slowing the aircraft down because the top of descent will probably start moving more forward towards the airport. Well, I do lots of things, Jake, you know. That's for a later video. Right now, we're getting ready to come down into Naples. You know, as people here on the channel, you'll get to know me bit by bit and how I work, etc. So make sure you stay tuned. Well, good luck with the flight back to Manchester, P Gamer, as we're going to be getting ready to come down in about just over 90 miles. So we'll set the MCP altitude back down to 3,700, as we're now going to be ready for when we do come down. There we go, 3,700. What I need to do is just change the view a little bit. There we go, that'll do for now. Whichever one you feel to do, my man. Manchester's nice, Gatwick's nice. Gatwick's got a nice arrival. It's quite nice at night as well. So we're down here on top of descent, coming down there. It's going to be one of them long ones. So where is the top of descent is right here. That's practically the start of our star, and that's going to be the right turn. We get ready to do a GATSO, so basically we're going to come down, go to the right, and then we're going to come all the way back round. Just to double check, or anyone that's missed it, we can go and show you the routing. Okay, so there's our route in. Let's get our step up back to where we're going. So when we get to Ischia, make a right turn. Then we're going to come up and turn around and come down into the airport, and then there's our missed approach. So there we go. That's exactly how it's going to go. We're coming down now for a top of descent. Make the left turn, left to Gasfer, right, and then right down onto the localizer, and that's exactly how it should go. Yeah, I like EasyJet, especially because obviously they're in my hometown of Luton. Stopover sounds good, P Gamer. Seatbelt sign smoothie is on. We are on today. We've got our MCP altitude, which is set for 3,700. Going to slow the aircraft down. Probably just before. One thing I need to find out is I'll look it up online, that how many miles away from top of descent, when it's there, it will show. Because sometimes when I've looked right near top of descent, if I want it to come down a bit sooner, it's there. Sometimes it's not. So It's just one of them things, eh? So, in our 8, I'm going to send that off again, see what different weather we've got. How's it going, Base World? Hope you're all well, my man. Just ready for us to come down on our top of descent. So, if we go through our... these are our checklists that we're going to do as we start descending down towards the runway. So we'll do a descent procedure, which will be engine start switches continuous, and our landing lights will be on under 10,000 feet. Let's go into our procedure. For our approach, it will be altimeter setting, which will be set. We'll have our altitude for our approach, which is 3,700 set. We'll have our ILS courses, which will set with the nav radios and our V-card approach. Minimums will set up as well on the way down. Taxi lights will go on for auto, and then the rest of it, flaps, speed brakes, we'll arm them and get them done when we're just basically probably near Gasfa. So it should be nice and packed, keeping us moving on the go. How's it going, Mark? Hope you're well, my man. Zibo, welcome back, mate. Yeah, Ryanair does have some firm ones. I'll let you know how it goes. I'll get some 4K videos of the takeoff and landing when I fly with them on the way back from Ibiza in May for my birthday. So I'll definitely make sure I get the Airbus for the EasyJet on the way out, and we'll compare them to Ryanair on the way in. Good to hear it, Base World. Hope you're glad you're well, mate. So just near our top of descent. Like I say, we'll do all our procedures as we come down, as right now we're still doing nothing. So an hour into flight, 58 minutes as we get ready to come down into Naples. Yeah, exactly, Mark. I agree with you, mate. Yeah, they are firm ones. I'm definitely going to be in for a good ride when we come down. That's for sure. Be interesting to see, you know, where you see the landings. I've seen some on YouTube, people say about it, but obviously now I'm going to get first-hand experience with Ryanair, and I get to judge their performance. So it should be quite good, interesting. Hopefully they don't shake me up too much. But as we were saying, they're all safe, really. You know, it's all down to the pilots, how they handle it. You know, luck of the Irish, definitely, because they get them down. How's it going, Kern? Hope you're very well. Today we're in the Zibo 737-800. Yesterday we had the Max 8 out. We took her out for a little play. She's been grounded. She's been locked away for quite a while, and I've been flying this Zibo for so long. I needed something a little bit different, so you know. So right near our top of descent. I could start descending us now, but I'm just going to leave it. We'll slow down the aircraft and open up the speed brakes. Hopefully the aircraft doesn't go rag. It's a little bit close, to be honest, but I'm going to trust the VNAV, and I'll use the speed brakes and obviously the idle descent to see if we can. It's saying our target descent's going to be about 1900 feet. I just calculated it around that, so I'm going to slow the aircraft down to about 220, because as we start coming down on our descent, we're going to be slowed to 24, and then Gasfa. You know, there's not a lot of margin. There's not a lot of margin at all, but I want the VNAV to do it. I don't really want to be intervening and changing my speeds, my V speeds and everything. So, you know, I trust it. We'll find out, because we are not far at all. We are literally, once we hit the start of our star, which is right here, and 40 miles, we've then got 44 miles and everything up. So we've got about 100 miles, 95 miles, something like that, for us to get down to 3,700. Should be alright. Ah, that's great, Smoothie. That's great, my man. I've got family that are Irish from my uncle's side. Over in Ireland, goes visits them once a year. Did a few flights actually over there. Done the 757 Aer Lingus. Went to Belfast and Dublin. So check them out as well. And if you want to see the MCAS, I'm not going to touch it because it does actually it does work in this sim. There they are. There's the well, that's the MCASs. There's your stab trims, and got a cut off. We could press one now and find out, shall we? Nah, not today. Not today. Yeah, I know, Mark. I see Flybe they went into administration. You know, used to love seeing the little old dash purple aircrafts, man. Quite a lot of airlines are going down the pan. We've had Thomas Cook, Monarch, Flybe. You know, loads have gone. You know, I used to like Monarch. If anyone can remember Monarch back in like the 90s, it was that's what it was when I flew to Jamaica and Dominican Republic, etc. It was the white fuselage with the yellow, black, white running strip that made it look evil, and then on the tail had the big, dark black M with the crown. It used to look so good. Okay, so we're near our top of descent. I'm going to start slowing the aircraft down now, so we're not really in any rush. Take it down to about 220. I'm going to open the speed brakes, so then at least we're not fighting to slow the aircraft down when we hit that top of descent, because it is probably going to dip. So we've now got our speed brakes which are open, and we should have the orthos down in Naples ready for us to come down. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Yeah, 2 E-Jet, 2 Ryanair. No, you're exactly right. Okay, we'll leave the speed for about there now. Put the speed brakes back in. So we've got the MCP altitude 3,700, which is set for us to go into our top of descent. Yeah, sure, Smoothie, no problems, my man. I've got a lot of spare time today, as I'm not. Let's just turn up the speed a little bit before we try and stall. Yeah, let's just go up to there. Yeah, no, I'll check them out, mate. I've got a lot of spare time today, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay, so when we hit our top of descent, I want to see exactly what rate this aircraft's going to come down at, because if it wants to play up, then we'll just pull it into a hold. Simple. That'll be problem solved. There it is, about a 220 now. No, neither have I, Mark. And to be honest, I'm quite glad that I haven't, to be honest, because I think that would probably be quite terrifying, to be honest with you. Okay, so here we go. The aircraft now should get itself ready to come down. You'll know when it has. There we go. So let's see what this aircraft, how far it wants to come down for me. 789, there's 1,000. Keep the speed brakes open as well. Now let's just let it get into its descent first, and then it will hopefully come out of it. There we go. Okay, so come down about 245. Oh, and it's 230. So what we can do now is we'll start our descent checklist. So descent checklist. is centre fuel pumps empty, they are off, which they are. We've got our engine start switches which can go to continuous, and landing lights under 10,000 which are checked, and they'll be done when we go under 10,000. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to start getting the aircraft all ready to go. So I'm going to move the throttles and everything out of the way. Let's go in and get our... Right, so we'll do our barrow first. Let's get that all sorted. So on the ILS Whiskey for 2-4, we've got the barrow. I'm going to put it in at 700. That'll give us a 477 on the decision height. So put that to barrow, and we'll set this up now to 700. Okay, there's 700 on the left, and we'll go to 700 on the right. Okay, 700 on the right. So that's our barrow set. There's us for when we come in. So we're going to come up to a left, and then we'll turn a left when we get to the airport at Gasfa, and then spin round. So what I want to do is I want to slow the aircraft down to 220. Yeah, I'm going to slow the aircraft down between 2.3 and 2.2 because I know what this aircraft's going to do. It's going to look like it's playing ball, and then all of a sudden it's going to it's probably going to try and do some rapid descent to catch the next restriction. So we've done our barrow. Now let's go in and get our radios set and do our approach. So we'll do the 137 for flaps 40 with a +5. So we'll bug that for 142. That'll be on our speed. Let's put in our nav. So 109.50, which is here. So 109.50. Okay, and we'll change that to our ILS. It's probably telling us that we need more drag. Let's have a look. Not too bad, we'll leave it there, that's fine. Okay, so 109.50 we'll put into our nabs, we'll leave them there. Not going to activate it just yet because we're going to be coming around the back of the opposite side of the runway. So we want to do 1550. There we go. Keep doing the VOR. Quite annoying. But it's nice that we've got the different radios and everything. That's quite nice. So 109.50's there. Our course is 234. 234. And 234, just like I do in my normal streams. That aircraft don't want to slow down though, does it? Don't blame it. Right. Seatbelt signs on. We are all ready. Yeah, we can tell the cabin actually. Let's go in and tell the PA that we are starting our descent.
Hello again from the flight deck. We are just commencing our descent. Looks like we'll be landing ahead of schedule, and the weather conditions are looking good at our destination.
Now that sounds like flight deck to sim.
30 minutes, so do make your way.
That's who that sounds like.
Thanks for choosing to fly with us today, and it's been a pleasure having you on board.
That definitely sounds like flight deck to sim. So we're just coming down now. So we've got our nabs, which are set. We've got a barrow, and we've got our course for the ILS, which is also set as well. So wish we luck, guys. Let's hope we get it down nice and safe. We'll run through our descent checklist. So there is the ILS, basically for the opposite side of the runway. We're going to run straight across to the place that we're going is on the chart. We're going to be going straight over Parmigiano, and then we'll turn left for Gatsva, and then turn a right, and we'll be back on the runway ready for runway 24. So let's do our descent checklist. So for the approach, as we say, we've got our altimeters which we have to set as well. So we'll go ahead and arm them pretty much. Okay, let's have a look at the ATIS. 300 at 06, broken 4. Okay, 1008. So we can change that as well. 1008. And we'll do a 1008, which is set. So that's checked as well. So if we run it through, we've got our altimeter setting, which is set at 1008. We've got our altitude for the approach, which is 3,700. We've got our ILS course frequency 234, which is set. Our minimums is 700 for 437. It's something like that, which is set. Our V-card approach speed rev, which is set, and we'll do a 137 plus 5, so a 142. And auto landing lights under 10,000, and we can also turn our taxis. We'll do all of that at 10. Now what I'm going to do, maybe, as I can see we're speeding up, and 240 is the restriction that we've got here in our leg. I know we need drag, it's because your top of descent, there was no transition as well, which would have slowed our rate down. So 240 we can stay above. If not, then we'll put a hold in at Gasper, because there was no transition from the star. It's basically a direct straight there, so there's not really a lot to break up the thing. Yeah, that sounds like flight deck to sim, definitely. So let's come around now, make that left turn. There's our 240. What I'm going to do is I'll put the hold in for Gasfer. There's Gasfer. There we need to be at 5,000. So now what we'll do is put the vertical speed. We can slow that down. We'll come down about 1,005. That'll then give us a chance to slow down, and we'll get down a lot more smoother. It's easier to do it that way if the FMC don't want to play ball. Even at 1500, and we've got speed brakes open, you can still see that the aircraft's just about slowing down. So what we'll do is we can activate these now, because when we leave the hold we're going to come round anyway. Come round for the 220. Once I've burned off a bit of speed, this aircraft's going to try and pull this thing down too fast, and just not in the mood for it today, you know. So 15,000 now. And as you can see, Gasfo is right there. It's right there over on that left corner. And that's where we're going to sit. And we have to be on the hold above 5,000. So what we'll do is we'll hold that at 6. For when we pass over, because the aircraft's going to calculate a totally more steeper descent. Tell the cabin get ready. In due time, Smoothie, you'll understand, my man. Now what I did was I put into Italy, I used the Google for the orthos, and to be honest I didn't like them. They needed Bing, but Bing was a bit patchy here and there, so you're going to see the orthos as we come down, and it's broad daylight, so you're going to see why I don't like the Google version. So just come through 13,500 feet now. check out our speeds. 240 and then 200 at Gasfa. Okay. And then we'll go all the way down. After Gasfa, then we'll go back down onto the 370 for the intercept. All we've got to do is just take it out of the old, and that's it, literally. How's it going, Dinov? Beginning flight simmers. Obviously, it's always good to do your research. You know, look up on how the aircraft works. Understand the basics first. Obviously, the throttles, the flight controls, and then slowly move into the autopilot. And then as you progress, then I'd say move into the FMC, and then you can start setting up for proper approaches, and then you can try auto lands, which would be really good. Yeah, I could imagine Mark, him going through the clouds and it's shaking. Yeah, when I was coming back from when I was going to Marbella with the EasyJet, that was really rocky, and I knew as soon as I hit a cloud, I know what's going to happen. And as soon as we hit that cloud, bang, the whole plane's just rocking around everywhere. Yeah, it's not nice. It's not nice at all. Not really a lover of turbulence, too tough. If I was a pilot, yeah, it'd be fine because I'm at the front, I know exactly what's going on. But when I'm looking out the side of a window, it's like, okay. So we're coming down over 11 feet now. So under 10,000, but we'll put our landing lights at runway turn-offs. Taxi can go on, our wheel well. Everything else is cool. Tang them one more time. Tell them to get ready. Prepare for landing.
Cabin crew, seats for landing, please.
Okay. When we get to Gasfa, we'll be at 200. So that'll be on our that flat one. Okay, so under 10,000 now. Put our auto brake to number 2 as well. How's it going, MF? Hope you're well, my man. Good luck to the passengers, Jake. That's what I'm saying. Mac free, REF style. Okay, so we're just coming through the clouds. Going under 9,500 as we've just gone over the top of the airport. We'll make that left turn, sorry, then Gasfa, and then we can knock it out of the hold when we come back round. And the hold, because we have to be above 5,000. Yep. Okay, so that's fine. If we get down quicker, then we'll leave the hold and send it back on its way. But I don't think it's going to get to 5,000. Don't know, it might. Should we give it a try? Should we see if the FMC can be trusted? Is it Addons with 37, and we'll click her back in. But I want to put the speed back down to 220 still. This is where it causes problems, because the aircraft will then start to level off to try and catch the speed to drop, which then is delaying us getting down in time. So let's see what the aircraft does. Okay, the aircraft seems to be holding it alright. I don't trust it still, but because as soon as we get to Gatso, then we're going to make that left turn. I'm down 1,500. You know what, we'll take the hold out then. Yep. There we go. Okay, so now we'll go back on our original plan for the ILS. Now the hold's out. So we'll start to bring the throttles over as we get ready for our landing, as we come down into Naples. still got the speed brake out as well. This has literally been an open speed brake descent, I think. Yeah. Get ready for us to do that left turn. So now should be at 200. There we go. Okay, so there's our above 5,000. Slowing down to 200 now. Okay, put the QNHs back to 1008. Now we'll hit flaps 1, just to keep us in that region. Okay, and once we come around, we go to a 192. Okay, so go to 192. Making that right turn now. I'll try, Mark. I'll try and make it my smoothest. I think last night in Toronto was actually quite nice. That was probably one of the smooth ones. Why does it still put us in a hold for? Right, let's have a look at this. What's it done? What's it done now? Let's just put it straight to there. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. 370. So now the aircraft should start descending even more now. As we start making our way down towards the runway. So we're on a 197 now, and then a 180 below 180. So I'll tell you what, if we leave that there, now we'll do our flap settings. So we've got the speed brake, which is armed, going down to our flaps 1, and now we'll go to our flaps 5.
1,000 to go. To go.
Well, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? If we hit the mountain. Okay, so we're getting ready to make that right turn. Okay, we'll put the VOR lock in.
1,000 to go.
As it will come when we get there.
$2,500.
Okay, so there's the glide slope. Okay, we'll go flaps 15. Okay, what we can do now is we'll hit the approach. So that's what that's going to do now. It's going to turn to the left so it can catch the VOR lock. So it's going to head off of that course now. You'll see what it's going to do is it's going to wait for the VOR lock to come in. and then it'll make that right turn. You'll see in just a sec. If it don't turn, then turn it ourselves, but it should. More than a 90 degree as well. There we go. Okay, let's make that right turn now. As we come around, the glide slope's now back. So we'll go to our flaps 30. Gears down, 3 green. Speed brakes armed. And we just need to lower our rev to 147. There we go. Go flaps 40. Okay, so we'll just wait for the VOR lock to come back in. Oh yeah, it was 137, wasn't it? Not 147. There we go, it was a 142. Whoops. There we go. 142. We would have pushed the second autopilot for the when the single channel comes on. So we're all set really to disconnect. So when we make this left turn now, then we'll disconnect her and come down. So wish me luck, guys. Wish me luck. Okay, everything's set. Gear down, 3 green. Speed brakes armed. Auto brake is on. Runway is in sight. So what we're going to do now is we'll disconnect her. There's the auto throttle. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set myself up. There we go. Okay. So auto throttles are off. And we'll just maintain that. Start coming down. Turn off the auto throttle sign. There we go. Okay, so now I've got control.
2500.
143, 144. It's because the throttles are a little bit close to me. There we go, let's get them away. Get that away as well. Alright, now let's do business. Okay, so first job, get the glide slope back. Hopefully we can do a butter on her today. Make some corrections. So our marker. So I want to stay between our rev and our 142. Oh, there's the glide slope. There's the localizer. Ease up just a little bit so we don't fall too much. Okay, keep it nice and steady. You can see the puppies now. 2 red, 2 white. Coming down nice. Glide slope spot on at the moment. It's around 750 feet a minute. Okay, so we just dip down a little bit. Keep under control of our speed as we do, because now the glide slope is going to start getting a lot more sensitive as we get closer. So still on 2 red, 2 white. On the puppies, we'll lift up a little bit. There we go. Just keep her nice and stable. There we go.
Approaching minimums.
Don't want to get the glide slope warning today. Continue. Oh, thought she froze then, lads. Okay, let's just wait a little bit.
300.
I don't want to come down to a higher angle. We always get glide slope anyway.
200.
Let's hope we butter it.
100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, there we are. Speed brakes are up and reversers are now active. And there we are, guys, down in Naples, safe and sound for the Saturday night. Saturday night. For the Saturday flight. Okay, so reversers back in. Can let go of the rudder now. Let the brake off before we come to an emergency stop. And there we are. So there's our landing, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And here's our runway that we came onto. And all that's about. So what we can do is we can put that in. We can start to put our flaps up and vacate. I'm going to come down at the end. Thanks, my man. Glad you all enjoyed the landing. Appreciate it, mate. Thanks, Mark. Thanks. It was great to have you here today. Glad you came along for the ride. I'll make sure to sub you back after we get to the gate. Thank you very much. So let's just slow it down a little bit because I want to get the charts as we rock out of the runway. So we're going to turn left at the end and for our runway. Okay, so this is where we're going to come off. Wow, it slopes all the way down there as well. Jesus. So this might be Bravo Charlie. Or is it Alpha? Or Bravo Charlie? Yeah, Bravo Charlie. So once we come out Bravo Charlie, we're practically here, guys. Literally, practically here. Whoops. And there it is. There's our little park up. Where shall I go? Where shall I go? Go over there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we can turn our runway turn-offs off. Our taxis can stay on. Our landings off. We'll turn our wheel well. We'll put our strobes back to steady. We'll get the APU running. Whoops, if we don't crash. There we go, that'll do. Okay, so now let's taxi on round to one of them gates just in front of us. And we can set it down. So we'll retract the flaps. I'm using the rudder on my throttles. I've got a movable button. So when I'm trying to hit the flaps on the side, it's then making the aircraft do some wonkiness like this. Okay, let's turn on to position 4. Gonna turn left here. If you want to see more streams, guys, you know, just let me know if you want to see more live ones, because obviously I do my normal flights and then record them and edit them, you know. But it goes to show that I didn't replay and redo the landing 20 times over. Everything was done exactly how I usually do it for my recordings to edit. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Top of descent, yeah, it was a little close. Keeps doing that, so God knows why. It's probably either something to do in the settings, but I think it's because there was no transition. So we didn't transition off of anywhere. We just went straight to the runway and then done a transition on the runway. So we'll turn in here, I think. And I'm going to just turn everything off after the APU's on. There's our bit. Oops, a little bit short. This is a stream, so I can get away with it, you know what I mean? There we go. Right, let's just get her in and then we'll shut the old aircraft down. Obviously in a stream I'm not going to stop and start the sim and do all of that, you know. we're here, we're ready to go. Come on, don't want to stop there. There we go. That'll do. Right, so what we can do now is we'll switch over the gens. I know we should have done that. I'm going to then cut these off. Can then put the ground power connect. We'll leave them. We'll leave our stairs. Okay, so then I want to put our ground power on, and then we can turn the APU off as well. And basically, let's start turning her off. So we'd have our electrics off. We would have our probes off. Our window heats would go off. We'll take our yaw damper. Didn't even have the yaw damper on, guys. Sometimes I forget it, you know. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So we'll put our packs to off. We'll put our isolation valve to open. Can put our seatbelts off. Okay. Next up, we can then go over to the ground power. The bat. Don't know why that went to that's probably what I heard earlier on when it went over to standby power. I heard that when it flicked over in flight. I heard that, yeah. Okay, so let's just engines are out. And we're basically ready to shut off. So we'll turn our pumps off. Put our taxi lights off. Logo, position, and that's it now, guys. So thanks for watching. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys all very soon for the next flight on the channel. I don't know where we're going to be going next, but thanks for watching. And I'll see you all very soon, guys. So have a great weekend. And I'll see you soon. So bye-bye. Take care for now.